am back home. I got my coffee ready to go. I did my morning manifesto check-in on Notion, and now it is time for some level up time. So one of the core values of the Ali Abdaal business overall is leveling up, over communicating, etc. And one area that I was told that I could improve upon when I was at the retreat was leveling up and having more education and time set aside for high level thinking about the overall structure of the business and the product that I'm working on. And one book that Ali recommended was Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, clarifying your message so customers will listen. And so I'm gonna go ahead and set about a 30-minute timer in order to do a little bit of leveling up. It's currently 8:28, so I don't officially start until 9, but I basically already started work for the day. So I'm gonna spend 30 minutes doing this, and then I need to do an hour of customer success related work. And that includes going through my circle messages, checking out Help Scout to see any tickets that are currently still open, and then checking in with the coaches. And then I need to head over to King's Cross around 10:30 in order to make it in time for the team's meet up and train to go over to Canterbury for the AdCon meeting. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend 30 minutes with this, and let's go. I have had a super productive morning. I basically time blocked the absolute hell out of my morning in order to make sure that I got as much done as possible before I have to head off to the meeting. And now I have about 5 minutes before I have to get out the door. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack up my bag and prepare to go meet Angus at the station so we can head over to King's Cross and spend the day in some really exciting meetings. I am back from a full day of meetings. It is like 9:30, I'm assuming. No, it's like 10 o'clock. We ended up having dinner with the ad clients team, which was really nice, and had some really great discussion. I just have so many ideas currently circulating through my mind and things that I need to work through tomorrow. I got home and was looking at my schedule for tomorrow, where I was gonna go get up early and go to the gym and then have a day full of meetings and then work on the dissertation. However, I know myself pretty well by now, and I run a variety of experiments in order to see when I do my best work. And I know that if I do not do my dissertation work before all of the calls that I have tomorrow, then I'm not going to do anything with it either today or tomorrow. And today was a bit of an exception because we had meetings, but tomorrow, instead of going to the gym first thing, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to put in a couple of hours on my dissertation before jumping in to a day full of calls, and then go to the gym in the evening when I don't have to use my brain so much. And the reason I wanted to talk about it before I go off to bed and read Reckless is that oftentimes you see productivity creators, lifestyle creators with these really strict morning routines, and it seems like they have to go to the gym in order for it to be a good day. And I make assessments based on what the priority is for the next day. And for example, today I really needed to focus on work and I really needed to be present for our meetings. And that meant that my dissertation took a back seat and it couldn't be the priority. However, if I keep not making it the priority, then I'm not going to make progress on it. And if I leave it to the end of the day after I've had a full day of calls tomorrow, it will once again be put on the back burner and I will not have my best kind of brain capacity for writing. And so instead of going to the gym first thing, which I normally really enjoy doing, I'm going to get up, work on the dissertation, do my work for the day, and then go to the gym in the evening, because that seems like a much better use of my best focus time. And when I focus best is usually in the morning. So between about 6 a.m. and 12 p.m. is when I get my best work done. The afternoon is usually my ideal time for calls or admin where I don't have to use a lot of brain energy, and then in the late evenings. But I am trying to go to sleep at reasonable hours and have time to read. So this is how, so I get questions all the time about how I balance it all, and that is a small glimpse into my system. It's just thinking about how it is that I'm prioritizing things and also prioritizing my best focus time every day, and knowing that there are some days where I need to pull that energy for work, and there's other times where I really need to pull that energy for writing, and days when I have calls where I don't have to use a lot of brain power, but I do have to use a lot of social energy. Those are the days when I need to go ahead and get all of my knowledge work done in the morning. So that is my little check-in for today. Had a really great day of meetings, and now I just really need to decompress, read my book for about 20 minutes, and then have a nice night of sleep. So I will check in with you tomorrow morning when I do my writing sprint. Hi friends, I completely forgot to actually check in with the camera, and it is now like 12 o'clock. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my writing sprint. It was effective, however, I was using this one case study, this set of documents from the Privy Council under Elizabeth I that I thought would be a really good hook at the beginning of the chapter, and it just didn't fit. And so I was trying to write about it and trying to make it make sense, but to be honest, it just wasn't working, and decided I probably need a slightly different case study. And got some words on paper, but not as much as I would have liked, because I just felt like I was working with material that actually wasn't going to take the writing in the right direction. But I did some research on the Elizabethan era and foreign policy, and specifically the transience of African descendant people between England, Spain, and North Africa, or more specifically Morocco. And then took a little bit of a break to do my level up reading. I'm still reading the StoryBrand book, and then jumped into work and meetings. I basically have back-to-back meetings from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And one of my meetings just ended about 10 minutes early, so I have a couple of minutes to myself before having to jump in to more meetings. This is one of those days where you just order takeout. I actually signed up for a meal subscription service starting next week, because I keep getting into these modes where I really need something quick and easy to eat in the middle of the day, and I have been resorting to ordering takeout, but it costs so much money to order takeout all the time, and wanting to make sure that, one, I'm being conscious of my finances, but also when you order takeout, you don't get as nutritionally complete meals. And so I ordered this meal service specifically for athletes, and will be using that to keep myself fed in the middle of the day. But I am going to quickly grab a glass of water before my meeting. I just wanted to check in, let you know how things are going. I'm feeling so sleepy, and I'm dragging my feet a little bit with all of these meetings, but trying to have a productive day. I'm trying to get as much admin done in the in-between minutes as I can. This is where, like, we were talking about YouTube strategy yesterday in the ad clients meeting, and our approach to YouTube is so different, because his is primarily growth and conversion, and it's really a business model. And it is about the things that he finds really interesting, but it is a vehicle for information. Whereas for me, I'm like, it's a vehicle for memories. I just record things, and it's for me 5 years from now. How many people did you get? Yeah. That's great. Love to see that. I'm glad that they're jumping in and feeling comfortable just jumping into a focus lab. I am officially done with meetings for today. I am off to the gym. I had a moment where I thought about canceling my class, but I know that I'm gonna feel so much better afterward. My back is really killing me, and after sitting at my desk all day, the best thing I could do is get a good stretch in. The best thing I could have done was go to the gym in the morning, but I'm really glad that I focused on the dissertation when I had the most energy, because I have no brain space anymore for the rest of the day. And so I'm gonna go to my hot yoga class, and then I'm gonna go home and edit a YouTube video, because I have gotten my work done for the day. I've gotten my dissertation work done for the day. I'm moving my body. And then the other thing that I would like to prioritize is YouTube. I'm gonna go off my class and get a little stretch in, get a little sweat on. And if you are currently looking at your day and there's something you're avoiding, just take the plunge, just give it a shot. I did not want to leave the house on this wet and dreary day in London to go to the gym, but I already feel good that I am making the move and heading on over. So if you're avoiding something, I'm calling you out. Just take the plunge, just give it a shot. You'll probably feel pretty good about doing it. And if not, then maybe don't listen to me. I am home from one of the hardest hot yoga classes I have done in my entire life. I was quite literally dripping sweat, but it felt really good despite the moments when I was getting tunnel vision. And came home, had some dinner, honestly vegged out on the couch for like 30 minutes scrolling on my phone because I just couldn't stand thinking about standing up in the shower because I was so tired. And now it is about 8 o'clock, which means that I need to hustle to get the things done that I need to do in order to have a good night of sleep. The realistic expectation is that I'm not going to be able to finish editing a YouTube video tonight. However, instead of just not doing any of it, I am going to just do the first steps. That way I can at least come back to it tomorrow morning and it's an easier on-ramp, as I call it. And one of the things that I have difficulty with when I'm editing YouTube videos, which by the way, I edit all my own YouTube videos at the moment, the challenge that I have is that I have trouble actually getting myself to start. Because once I start, it's really easy to keep on going. There's essentially 3 steps to editing. And the last step is the easiest. The first step is the hardest. The first step is actually going through the footage and doing the layout. So I add everything to my timeline and then I go do the rough cut. Stage 2 is doing the fine-tune edit. So it's like adding B-roll, adding voiceovers, things of that nature. And then step 3 is the post-production side of things, in which I have to export, do the thumbnail, all of that kind of stuff. And that part is the most fun. The first part, on the other hand, is the part that I tend to avoid. And my way of dealing with this is, even if I just have 10 minutes, it's just about laying the footage onto the timeline, so that way it's easier for me to get onto step 2. And so I have 2 more things I need to finish up for work, because they really need to be done today. And then the second part is that I'm gonna go ahead and lay my footage on the timeline, so that way I can wrap up by around 8:30. And then my reward is getting into bed and reading Reckless. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So good.